Okay, this is going to be my last video for the evening. But this is the one I read about CPS. Need to lay off teachers and potentially need to borrow $85 million. Here is my problem. Mayor Rahm Emanuel hired byrd Bennett. Byrd Bennett got caught stealing, and this is nothing new. Stealing has been going on. What they're stealing is legalized, dressed up stealing. You know, like you dress up a lie. You can't dress up a lie because a lie is a lie, and stealing is just stealing. But they try to sugarcoat it and make it look real nice and pretty. But if it was me, or if it was you, they would have stripped you down of all your assets, emptied out your bank account, and make sure they got that money back. But it's amazing to me that the children end up paying the price for somebody Rahm Emanuel selected to be over the CPS. And nobody never thought about getting that money back by any means necessary. Now, she don't need the money. Her bank account needs to be emptied out. Her assets that can get money needs to be sold, and that money needs to be turned over to CPS. Her pension needs to be dismantled, and it needs to go back. Why is it that the children has to pay the price of stupid grown folks' decisions? You all messed it up, so why should the children suffer for it? You already been closed down 11, 12 schools, and they end up crossing over to territories they don't have no business crossing. And you talking about safe passage. It wasn't safe. The passage was not safe. Do you understand the boundaries that some kids cannot cross? And did you even care? You didn't care, because it's all about that almighty dollar. Who gets the most money in their pockets? Now you sit behind these closed doors and you make decisions on these kids' life, and y'all really don't give a flying fart about these kids' life. You got this point system from school. They cannot compete with suburban schools, and they struggle. And then for those who struggle, you think that you're supposed to medicate every child. Every child learns differently. But when they used to have school back in the day, you wouldn't know that. But you all so busy looking at the child as a number and a statistic, you forgot to look at the child as a person. But none of y'all kids is going to CPS. You're going to make sure your kids get the best of education off of somebody else. And it don't make no sense whatsoever. It just doesn't. I'm not understanding. What are you all philosophy? And how are you really helping the kids? The classrooms are already overcrowded. Some of these kids are being passed from grade to grade, and nobody takes the time to see what it is. Some of those kids can be dyslexic, but you don't have the tools, or you don't use the tools, or neither do you care. Some of those kids have home issues, and that causes them not to focus in school. It's not all about Ritalin. It's not. Medicating a child is not the solution to the problem. Get to the root of the problem, and you can help the child advance educational wise. That's what you need to do. But you need to get the money back from byrd Bennett, and that's a nice piece of change. It might not meet the $85 million, but it'll probably get close to it. And if you gonna get it for her, then Rahm Emanuel, you need to up some out your pocket, because that was your dumb decision that you made. And stop making these kids pay for a decision that y'all stupid folks and sitting in them chairs make, and then the kids suffer for it. Their education will suffer for it. They can't even compete with getting a good high school and a college, because you are taking too much stuff from the school. They don't get no good computers. They don't have no real education stuff that provides them some substance that make them marketable, where they can be able to get into the better high schools. And why do you think these parents struggle, work 2 or 3 jobs to move out the city to go to the suburbs so their kids get a better education? And it shouldn't be that way. The CPS school should be top notch. But somewhere along that, y'all lost that focus. And you need to get it back.